Welcome to my home. My name is Pam Buttram with Living by Design. Today, we're going to talk about decorating our homes for autumn and fall. I have some tips and tricks and all on a budget I would love to share with you. My fireplace is pretty central in my living room, so I like to decorate it up for the seasons. I have these pumpkins, which we'll talk about and how to make, also this fall banner and a wreath. Down here, because it's a faux fireplace, I put a little cart full of my little pumpkin patch. We'll also be talking about those today and how to put those together. Most of my home is all done in neutral colors, but I love it when I can change it up throughout the seasons, like this. It's just a simple gray chair. I picked up this pillow at a garage sale, actually during the summer, knowing what I wanted to do with it here in the fall with a touch of orange. And this is a great little pillow that I did find but did not purchase. A great friend purchased for me. And I love it, and it came from a little antique store. Here on the settee, I did the same thing. I simply just changed out my pillows and put a new throw. I love this little throw. It was a great find. I found it at a thrift store, and it was only $4.99. This is my fun table setting. It's very whimsical, and I love the colors on it. It has the burlap, which is natural. This is basically just a scrap of paper. These two items I actually made from the shirts that I'm going to tell you about, a trick that you can do. And then the plates I also picked up at the thrift store, and I just put on my own fun little decal, the fox. So this is my entry. We did this little banner up here again with the shirts. I'll show you how to do that. And I also pulled out photos of my family in the past. These are some of the girls when they were much younger, and then Joshua, my grandson. I just used a marker on here. It's washable. It'll come right off, and just wrote Happy Fall in a fun little font. Of course, one of the great things about fall is candy corn. You have to have a bowl of those somewhere. So we have it right here in the center of the room on the ottoman for everyone to share. I'm so excited to share with you how to make all of these crafts for your home. So let's get started and head to the craft room. Today I am so excited to tell you how you can make these beautiful fun pumpkins out of old shirts from the thrift store. You can get any kind of lid. It could be a Tupperware lid, it could be a bowl. I've even used lampshades, just something that has a circular shape. So I just lay that down on the shirt. I use a Sharpie pen. I just draw a circle. You can see it right there. And then I just simply cut that out. The shirts were $2, so I spent a total of $6. Most of my items I figured up how much they cost me per item, and it was less than 50 cents. So the next thing I do after I have this cut out is I get my needle and thread. And you don't need a whole lot, but I try to make sure that I have enough thread that I can do the whole pumpkin at one time, because I don't want to have to tie off and start again. And even if you don't sew, which I am no great seamstress, the way that we're going to put this together is so simple. I'm just going to simply start at one end and pull the thread all the way through, and I have it knotted here at the end, you can see. Then the next thing I'm going to do is just go back through, and then I'm just going to do almost like I'm folding and making a fan onto the needle like this. Simple. They don't need to be precise, they don't need to be perfect, just close to the edge. I'm folding it. After I get several pieces on, I go ahead and pull my string through. So we're halfway through. We're going to continue doing this all the way around. Now I have this little piece right here. So what I'm gonna do at this point is I'm gonna go ahead and put my stuffing in, and then I'll finish sewing it around. And as far as stuffing goes, you can do anything from using just regular stuffing. Another tip I'd like to give you here, you can buy pillows, usually at the thrift store, and you can pick them up anywhere from $1 to 50 cents. It's going to be cheaper to actually buy that pillow, cut it open, and use the stuffing. The other thing that you can do too is if you have any of these that we use in vases, and they're just little rocks and that you can again get at the craft store. You can use these as well. It does change how the pumpkin lays, whether you use the stuffing or whether you use these. You can use rice, you can use beans. I even used on some of my pumpkins, these are just little pebble rocks that you would use in an aquarium. If you don't put anything like this or this and you only use the foam, they're very light and they can kind of wobble and weeble a little bit, and you might have to be constantly kind of shaping them. This one, I'm gonna do a little bit of both. I'm gonna put some of these in here, and then we'll do a little bit of the stuffing and we'll stick that in there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and finish stitching. Alright, so at this point I'm just about to close up the pumpkin. You can see I only have a little bit more to stitch. But before I actually close it, I just want to look at the shape, make sure it's as full as I want, and I have the stuffing where I want it. I'm going to pull this pretty tight. You can see my little hole there. And the stick that I'm going to put in, and make sure that, yep, it's going to work. I'm going to pull it, and right before it gets to the very end in that little loop, I'm going to go back through with my needle. So it's going to make a little knot right there. I'm going to do a couple of those. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my little stick. I basically just went out in the yard, found some sticks laying on the ground. I'm going to be very generous now with my hot glue on where I made all of those little pleats, and put quite a bit of hot glue. And then I'm going to kind of get my stick gluey and then push it down in and hold that around it. Now I'm going to get my grass. Again, you can just get this at the craft store. I'm just going to pull out a little bit. I have lots of glue there. I don't need to add any. And I'm just going to press it in around it like this. And there you have it, your little pumpkin. That's our pumpkins. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy doing this. I know I have, and I'll hope to see you soon.